say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
This fight is sponsored by NextBank, the official title sponsor of XKO.
So I'd imagine that Victorina gave him a couple of
gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. This fight is for the XKO middleweight championship title of the world. So for those of you watching around the world on Fight, and those of you here in attendance, Fight fans are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the state of Texas is ready. Because this is XKO Fight Night at the one and only Texas Live. 5 rounds in the middleweight division. And now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter, holding a professional record, 12 victories, 7 defeats. He stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall, weighing in 185 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, he is a UFC veteran known as Anthony Aquaman Ivy. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is trained in boxing, judo, Dutch boxing, and kickboxing. Holding a professional record, 11 wins, 6 defeats. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in 185 pounds, fighting and representing Funky Town, Fort Worth, Texas. Presenting the one, the only, Justin the Tactician Patterson. Referee Joe Coca.
Fighters, this is for the XKO middleweight title. Protect yourselves at all times and obey my commands at all times. I expect a clean, fair fight. Touch gloves now if you'd like.
Okay, no. My apologies. 11-6 professional.
And 12-7 for
and then
Ivy.
12-7 Ivy. So again, very similar records.
Ivy in the red, Patterson in the black. Touch of the gloves.
Respect from both guys. I love that artwork on Patterson's back, actually. I want a back piece, but it's kind of hard not to choose a trashy one, you know?
Oh, I understand.
Like I want my last name across my back, but that's trashy.
Patterson,
nice front kick from Ivy.
Would do well to get on his horse and be offensive-minded because he does tend to start slow.
Agreed, but also these are 5-minute rounds, and against a guy like Ivy who's going to shoot.
Yeah.
As you see,
yeah,
he's going to shoot often.
In the big roundhouse.
Definitely
just missing Patterson with the roundhouse kick.
And that was a nice single leg, too. I love single legs for MMA because it keeps your head safe.
But Patterson's got to let his hands go to have any luck here.
Yeah, I don't think Patterson's thrown one jab.
No.
Ivy's all over that. If you're not letting your lead hands go.
Again, Justin kind of being content to not switch into high gear immediately.
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
Not against Ivy.
No, not against anybody.
Not against Ivy. No. I can say specifically against Ivy because he could be fighting a striker. And then the way he's coming out could get him more relaxed for later in the round. But Ivy ain't a striker.
Well, and the fact that he just kind of stood there, the Patterson I remember back in the day would have cage walked, would have exploded, would have thrown some nasty elbows and things like that. I mean, and granted, he's had a long layoff due to injury and what have you. And so coming in here, I mean, this is something. You're taking on a guy that is getting.
He's hungry.
Is getting constant fights.
Yeah. No. Ivy's hungry right
now.
And Ivy knows what the UFC is like.
And help me out. How old is Ivy now?
Ivy's around my age, 20. I'm 28. He's
Let's
33.
Is he 33? Okay.
Ivy is 33, so he's around my age, about 5 years apart.
He has absolutely still got time to get back in the UFC and reclaim.
He has 7 solid years left of being in his prime.
He does. He continues to be successful, stay healthy, and what have you. But again, Patterson is just Well,
plus when we think about the opponents that these guys have to train with on the regular, when you think about Anthony Ivy, he has what? Zach, who just got into the UFC. He has multiple guys who are like hungry, fresh into the UFC. But when you think about Patterson, you see like kind of like a cowboy, like Dallas Cowboys situation going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Loyalty to the team.
Well, and I'm not sure, and I'm not sure who all Justin's trains with these days.
Mm-hmm.
That there is a team.
Victor Reina, I'm sure.
Well, no, I know
he just opened a new gym.
Right,
I can't think of the name of it, but Victor Reina opened a new gym and Patterson's with them.
Okay, so I mean, right there.
But I'm solely trying to talk about what's going on, because what you see now is Anthony Ivy dominating the top. Yeah, but this is what they work at war training.
Yeah, and Patterson just again, it's just like
this fight's about to get ended.
He just gave up. I mean, there's nothing there.
Andy's too good. At War Training Center, we are working how to win fights. It has nothing to do with putting on shows. This guy's too good for local talent. Guarantee you in the next year you'll see Anthony Ivy back in the UFC for his second time.
Yeah, so amazing job by Ivy. Comes out, he dominates, and you got to do what you got to do. It's one thing to get the belt, but then to take on a challenger.
All the challengers?
Yeah, and come in and take the challengers like he just did.
So,
and I don't think Patterson ever touched him. It was just.
I don't think he landed one strike.
No, I mean, Patterson was just kind of.
And it takes nothing away from Patterson. Patterson's an excellent fighter. Look, and look, I've trained with Patterson a few times when he was more experienced than me. He's excellent.
Turn it over to Antonio.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Coca has called a stop to the contest at 3 minutes, 15 seconds into the very first round. Declaring a winner by way of TKO and new XKO middleweight champion of the world, Anthony Aquaman Ivy.